Hey everybody,
I'm Andor.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title! Yeah!
We are out here for the 9th episode of Andor. This is Season 1, Episode 9. Nobody's listening!
What? Last on, Prison Arc.
Andy Serkis, Arc.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you leave a like on this video. If you're enjoying the series so far, make sure you subscribe so you can stay tuned for more of Andor. And check out some of our other Star Wars playlists. We got a lot, and we'd appreciate the support of those views. It helps us out a lot. We deeply appreciate the love we already get for these videos. Let us hear your thoughts on the continuation of your feelings on the show. Check out the Patreon, and we gonna punch it. See ya.
Bye! Oh shit, yeah.
Right, this is where I left off.
Whoa.
She looks like
She could be a witch.
she's gonna murder.
You
I'll
should
beat up
only
this shit.
get. And the easy thing, for a man with very little actual rebellious activity on his resume, he was remarkably resistant. Which of course just makes us think there's more to be learned.
Yeah.
Which leads to a longer session. We learned everything we needed to know, and quite frankly, it hardly seems worth the price he's paid.
Damn.
Park attended a separatist meeting 2 years ago in Jondra where he met a woman who's your contact. Met Park only once before being turned over to you.
Damn. She's good.
Yeah.
You're in my net, Biggs. Are you a fish or are you a thief?
Damn.
You're in my rhythm now, bitch.
Your motivation here is just money. Where it came from, who was bright along the way, and where it is gone.
Tracks back to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Really? 6 face-to-face meetings.
Bro, she is terrifying.
Maniacal.
The very worst thing you can do right now
This lie.
is bore me.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
You're not going to believe me anyway, are you?
Try me.
No.
Oh.
I suppose not.
Maybe she said the worst of the worst.
Oh my god, did you see that little like snarl she had right there? That face flare? Oh my god.
And back to this shit.
Building. It's time to build.
Adult Legos.
True.
The restraints are nothing to be feared. It's much safer for you to be tethered as in a cage. There's nothing intrinsically physical about this process. We've had some early trials that were a bit chaotic.
Oh god!
Somebody's head blew up.
A bit chaotic.
He's so excited about all the tests.
And they were found hours later, huddled together in various states of emotional distress in a crawl space beneath the ship's bridge. We've
Wow.
taken the recordings and believe are primarily children.
What the
Has its own
frick, man?
particular effect.
Check out this sick beat I made.
Jesus.
I'm DJ Doc.
Oh no, she's gonna put on the Oculus.
His beats
No.
are
Or the
killer.
headphones. The Beats
Take on.
by Dre. Oh.
It won't feel that way to you. Inside you.
Also, it's 100% one of those headpieces for VR.
Let's get on with it.
Oh, dude, just snitch on it.
Oh boy.
Are we gonna hear this? too?
Yeah.
No, maybe not. That was straight Empire right there. When Han gets tortured.
What is this guy gonna do? Come on, Cassian. What's his new name now?
Keith.
Keith.
Or Kelp. I don't know.
Clem.
Clem.
Clem was the other one.
Somebody
Bro.
spotted ya. Teabag spotted ya. He wants in on the deal.
Teabag. Oh, Shank.
What?
Oh, dude, this literally.
Oh, look, they've been doing it.
Missing man on the floor?
New man on the floor.
Oh, no.
2 men back. 2 weapons. No boots.
No boots.
Teabag's already in on it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Silence! He's touching the rail. Believe me now. The elevator's not wide. Nothing that moves can fry you.
Mm.
So they're like learning.
I have any idea.
No.
Another time.
I love this man.
In this room,
Make it like season 1 Prison Break and you have my heart.
Dude, she looks. Oh,
Don't put them away.
God, she looks destroyed.
The Senator from Chandra stands with those in opposition to the Emperor's new
Step
public
peppers?
safety legislation.
The seats look filled now.
Is there a more important
Shut up.
Our first responsibility is to the citizens
Look
who
at
sent
that.
us.
They're just leaving.
They called from the residence. Your cousin, she's arrived.
What?
Your cousin?
I don't have a cousin.
I don't have a cousin. just outs herself right there.
It's enough from you, Milkshake. Right, everybody settles down right now. Something's wrong.
It's so crazy. Like this is a job to him,
Taking the time about it.
but he's in jail.
That's his position that he was given.
What are they saying? I think it's level 2.
And to think of it, it's probably the easiest job there. Because you're not
He
doing
doesn't
the,
do any
you're
work.
not doing the labor. You just have to
Yeah.
make sure they do the labor.
He's a supervisor.
What's he saying?
What is happening right now? Somebody's calling.
Breaking out. No, things are shutting down.
Oh,
Is this
is this a?
They're going too fast, I can't read it.
Everybody calm down!
Something's really wrong on 2.
You haven't got a clue what they are saying. Level 2, far side. Level 2, are you all scrambled or something? It takes a week for one word to get all the way up here, and you're panicking about something that's happening on the other side of the building.
Damn.
It's a long way, Keno, yes, but you've got to remember.
Oh, because they're like, they communicate across.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's wild.
Oh no.
It's Tassia that's
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Your father, mate.
Damn.
Yep.
Cousin?
I don't think it's really her cousin. I think it's well, maybe it is actually.
Where have they been?
Trapped here, boxed in.
Please tell me you're being careful.
Things are happening. There's risk. There's no other way.
I'm
Bro.
starting to think we're in over our heads.
Makes sense too, though, because they said she's from a rich family.
How many guards on each level? You want out of here alive, turn that part of your mind off. Okay.
I want Andy Serkis to join in
Yeah.
and break out with them, be a part of the crew.
You have left. All they need to do is turn this floor on twice a day and keep their numbers rolling.
Yep.
Why bother listening to us?
You're just a digit. They don't care to listen to the statistic.
Melch is right. We're cheaper than droids and easier to replace.
Yeah.
And your voice matters. If you tell people to rush, we gotta rush.
Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening!
I like that.
To believe
And
anything
she
is
travels a
better.
lot, back and forth.
No ID on your ex.
She's got airline points.
Disappointing, I know, but it does suggest the scope
A
of what
rewards
he's
member.
doing. Axis obviously runs a very disciplined operation and
Great
one
credits
that's
for
largely
the Empire.
reliant on any
She's
one
got the Black
member.
MasterCard.
United
Carrying
Space
against
Lines.
the base of every piece
An Aldani connection would certainly amplify interest. Let's follow that up.
Dude,
Oh shit.
Did they figure this out too fast?
Yeah.
Better now leaving her in place and standing back.
She's
too old
good.
and frail for anything serious, and if nothing else, she's our bait. She's the reason Andor came back.
Perhaps they communicate.
If they are, we'll know. We're on her full time.
Well,
That smile at the end.
well.
She's a great Imperial like
Yeah, she's
adversary.
She's a great actress too.
That too, yeah.
Who said both shifts? 100 men? That can't be right. I heard nothing.
What does he say?
100 men killed.
Bro, say something. What happened?
You know they were making trouble.
On program, feet down.
They're just making trouble.
They dropped the bridge.
What happened?
They killed them all.
Yeah.
100 men.
Don't know.
You set them all free.
Oh shit! Calm down. Yeah.
Andy's
Look at your program.
That's a.
Tighten up and
Oh
listen.
shit.
Yeah.
It's a rumour. Another day.
Look at him.
Another shift. So let's stop our mouths
He's,
shut.
he's like
Keep
a-
our heads down. Till we know what's going on.
Yeah. The guy that's the other shift leader was like, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't good. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Searching my room again.
It's called cleaning. I like a tidy house.
I've been in my private box.
Under his bed.
I have ways of knowing.
Stay away from my
I'll
porn.
find you a job.
Glad you understood my reference.
His Twilight collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do? And do they recognize your promise?
What a
The
switch.
demands of my time will be increased.
Find yourself a husband?
No.
Wasn't on my list of things to do.
Well, you need a widow at this point. Who's left of any value at your age?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Jesus.
Take home. Money. Is that all it is?
I don't have enough to worry about.
Anything I can do?
Yes.
An affair on top of a rebellion.
We're making something of our lives.
Yes. Take comfort in that.
I feel like we're backed into a corner though, on like all sides.
Oh.
Oh. What's up?
No, Carmen.
I know who you are.
I'd never lie to you.
She was like, okay.
I needed to find you, and it's not that easy.
Imperial power couple.
And what you're doing. Just being in your presence, I
Mm-hmm.
realized that life was worth living. I realized that if nothing else, there was justice and beauty.
Dang,
and if it
dude.
just kept going.
He's so unhinged.
Perhaps my dreams believed
She
that
likes
there was
it.
something
She's
better
unhinged
waiting
too.
for me. The future is a dream. Oh my god. We're clinging to.
You better hope she falls in love with you now. 'Cause
Yeah.
That
You were arrested. You were aware of that.
it's love or death at this point.
I sense it.
And I swear I'll have you in a cage on the outer rim.
Oh man, I'm getting like the shakes this episode. Y'all. The nervousness is crazy.
You have someone in mind,
It's not a long list.
and yet you're afraid to say who it is.
Davos Cullen,
He is not a banker. He's a thug.
the wealthiest thug of them all.
Don't tell me you've spoken to him.
Going to the underground of Coruscant.
Constricted by the new tax law.
Davos Golden, here you must be.
Davos.
I push back.
It's a great name.
Double D. It's
But
an
like you
opportunity,
said-
Mon. Take
like you
it.
said, you're against the time clock.
Right, just like your
It's a
cousin.
routine customs check. They'd have to find it, but they'd tow it into Kafrine.
If we did it quickly, staged it properly, let it drift into traffic.
Make it so top priority quickly.
These guys are crazy.
Excellent work.
The way they come up with these things, I'm just like, wow, you're so fast with it. Jeez.
IBS.
Well, I mean, it's just like the High Council
Dude,
for
yeah,
House of Dragons.
They're so crazy. I mean, these guys are crazier than those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the deducing, or like the ways in which they conduct like plans
Well, they're
is
detectives.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the best detectives in the galaxy.
Yeah.
If there wasn't scenes like that in House of Dragons, half of those characters are dumb, or just conniving.
What's going on?
His body's probably just not in it. He's old. It's go time.
Come on.
Can't, yeah, it's go time. It's either you lose the old man or you gotta start making moves. Like you can't. Oh man, poor
It's
guy.
like having a seizure or something.
His body's just probably hit his limit. You know, he can't only do so much. And he's doing young man's work. Shoot, dude. Somebody just like help him with his hands.
break his head.
Oh man.
Let's go. Tell him we need a med tech up here.
Who does?
It's a
New
man,
guy.
it's a
Oh,
doctor.
the doctor they brought.
He's gone.
See, that's just, why would the doctor have to be barefoot too?
He's a prisoner also.
Yeah, looks like they chose.
Yeah, you're right. He's like another special prisoner.
Yeah.
Look at me, brother.
His name is Olaf.
I don't want to know his name.
Damn.
He's got 40 shifts left.
That's not an option.
What?
He's dead.
He can't save you.
Nothing to save.
He's had a massive stroke.
Oh. Yeah, he's dead.
Well, he's gonna die. He's not dead yet, but
Another week like this, and you'll be begging for what he's getting. What do you mean? You heard me. You want to keep your men in line. Hold him.
damn, dude,
This
what
is
happened?
insane. Yeah, this is crazy.
Feel nothing.
Is he gonna like? Oh,
Yeah, I
fuck.
think he's out.
Oh,
Yeah, lethal injection.
Oh god. Oh. Oh god.
Keep my men in line.
Oh.
Up and down on 2. You need a bag and a trolley.
I said it's coming.
Smart.
Get that distance and say.
Yo,
okay.
What happened? Can you turn it up, Will?
They made a mistake. A man who was just released on 4 ended up back on 2 the next day. Word got out on the floor and then they killed them all.
You need those other men there.
They're just leaving.
Now.
You heard me.
so no one's getting out of here. Yeah.
Fuck. Not after this.
Oh.
At least your friend is free.
You two, on program now. Up, hands on your heads.
Oh my gosh, this is nuts.
Well, now Andy Serkis is gonna be
Definitely for the rebellion.
Caesar!
Never more than 12.
Never
Everyone's 12 guards.
Woo!
People are listening now.
Damn, this episode was fucking insane.
Caesar!
Oh my god.
Caesar.
Attack! Roma! Guys, that was episode 9. Nobody listens. Another great installment of the Andor TV show.
Yeah.
And just like last week, I can once again say it's one of the very few shows we watch for the channel that I kind of disengage from,
Reacting.
like remembering that like
We are
occasionally we should like say something because it's just like it's so like I don't even
It's
want to talk.
intense.
I don't want to talk over
Yeah.
it. It has such a nice atmosphere about
Mhm.
it that it's fun to just let it breathe.
Listen.
And when I really feel compelled to like talk over, I do. It's good. I mean, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. And not a lot has changed in like my perception. Like I still think there are a couple moments that they could pick up on, but I mean, for the most part, like it's just a fun time.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about this if I had to binge it though. The show is so like different formatting from so many things I watch, and it doesn't rely on like we talk about the infamous endings, right? We talk about those endings that like always there's no cliffhanger involved because they go to some random scene that has like a lot of no purpose to them. I would really say tonight was the only time there's like a cliffhanger that has me like, damn, I wish we could just watch the next one right now.
Yes.
Because you can feel what it's building to.
Some crazy ass shit.
Episode 10 is probably going to be really good if I had to take a guess.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be where it pops off, but yeah, but to go back to what I was saying really quick, I'd be curious to know like how I'd feel if we didn't have to wait weekly, and if if we binge this like it came out like Stranger Things, how I'd feel. Because I'd probably try to watch this in like a single day, honestly. I'd probably watch it on like a weekend that I had from the beginning of the morning till late in the night, so it's like the Andor experience. But
being able to digest it all at once.
Yeah.
I feel like at minimum too, at least doing like if it could be like 1 through 6 one day, then 7 through 7 through 12 the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a solid episode. It feels like things are once again, like they did earlier, coming to a head.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are just like so so many aspects of the show are in like wild places right now.
And even all the plot points, even the ones that, like we said last viewing, like there are some plot points that were like not on my radar. Like I was enjoying them, but like they weren't at the top of my priority list for like enjoyment. I'll say this episode put pretty much all the plot lines in my range of like, this is very exciting.
It seems like it, yeah.
Because the ISB are just beyond impressive when it comes to figuring things out. They got a plan of their own of how they want to come and crush down on these people. And it's just kind of remarkable to figure out the extents that they'll go to. And it's also really cool to see like the collective at work when you got like Kyburn, who never leaves his post. He's like the man who like has people come and bring him all the info, and then he gives his advice so that we can move on to the next step. You got the main ISBs that we've been following that go and do the work, come back with the updates, and then we go from there. And I even like that we have like the college student guys that like sit in the back with the gray shirts.
They're
and
like the underlings.
And they follow the stats, and if there's any miscalculation in the conversation, they go in and like, hey, there's actually this thing that you need to talk about. I love that because it makes it's one of those tiny things that just brings the life to those scenes.
I was just gonna say it feels real.
Yeah, well, I don't really, it feels like a war movie too. Like when you watch those World War II movies and you go around the table and there's like a congregation of like people's ideas, and sometimes you see a movie and it's a little too stereotypical, like the people of importance share, but like this is like everybody's is putting their job that they do their 9 to 5 at and do it to their utmost and contribute. It doesn't feel like just Luke, just Mon Mothma, and just Wedge Antilles are like the main, not him, but the main ones that would talk all of a sudden have all the info. Where this, it's a group effort. I love that. I'm sorry, I guess I should pause there because it's just going to go to all the other things I love too, but
yeah.
Do we even know the name of the guy who was... He's not ISB, right? What was he? The blue... Guys in blue.
He's just a corporate...
Corpo?
Corporate security.
Okay.
Yeah, he just...
I still would like his stuff to really pick up.
But
I do like him.
But I guess just jumping back to what I was saying then, like even with that part, I'm now intrigued, not because of the whole mom thing, but because like that confrontation with him and Miss Lady ISB was so like,
jarring.
It's now or never. It's a lot like that. It's that desperate move.
Yes.
Where he knows somebody is out there like him. He no longer cares so much about his own livelihood at this point, because that's how committed he is, that he's willing to jump and disrespect by touching her and tattoos. But like Paul touching his hands on ISB because he knows it means something, and he knows that she, even if she won't externalize it, will still take that to heart because he knows the type of person she is.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you could see the power couple in the making. I hope they do something with that going forward. That, I mean, even if it's not romantic, just in the sense of like
a duo.
Yes.
What is the term? It's not platonic, where it's like
just platonic.
Platonic
is like non-romantic.
Yeah, non-romantic. It's a platonic romance in a sense, like relationship, where it's everything but that part of.
There's no intimacy and like. Nothing. It's nothing in sexual nature.
And while I guess it could go that route, I just think they're so like beasts of their nature that's not like a part of it. That could be a cherry on the top in like a season 2 plot if we both survive. But for now, these guys like are the king and queen of the under Imperials.
The king and queen of
the lowers. Yeah.
Detective work.
And that's really fun.
And justice.
And even Mon Mothma's stuff today. Like, her talking with the guy and, like, them talking about the...
Working with the thug.
Yeah, like, them... And that's a great window for, like, kind of a conversation. I know you guys might not like Last Jedi, but just for filling in continuity-wise, brings up, like, that whole point of, like, you love the rebellion... and you hate the Empire, but sometimes both of them go through shady means to get the things they need to fight their wars. Because Benicio del Toro's character showed Finn that the Empire isn't the only one buying from the black market.
Yeah.
Like, some people go to the huts in times of need. Some people go to the Davos the double D guy when things get tricky and we're on a time clock, and that's where their morals are tested. But it's like that's where you get the which devil are you going to be dealing with today, which is the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even earlier in the season, they've kind of, like, hinted at that with, like, Mon Mothma being like, was that us?
Yep.
Like, I didn't want you to, like, go and blow up, like, a whole, you know, garrison.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Like, we're here now.
Yeah.
And just like Val was saying when she met up with her, A, they're cousins. That's interesting. I didn't actually think that would be a thing.
Yeah.
And B, it's like we took a vow.
Yeah.
Like, we picked a side. We chose to fight against the dark. But that means that we're going to have to do a lot of stuff that's going to, you know, push us and, like you said, like, push our moral limits.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have to make some compromises for the greater good.
Get your hands dirty.
Yeah. And even, like, you know, Luthen, like, his whole, like, idea is, like, yeah, let's continue to push
the
limits to make them crack down harder on the people so the people get fed up with it. Like, yeah, it's really fucked up that all these people are going to prison and they're not getting let out of prison because of these rulings, and that is all because of what the rebels are doing on their part to create this environment so that it can all explode and boil up.
Yeah. And like all that's all exciting. That ain't even part of the prison plot, which is like extremely exciting.
I did not enjoy it last episode.
The
I know
prison
you were really into it.
I was digging it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but I'm into it now.
And to be fair, I would agree with you. This was far more exciting than the last episode. Even though I said that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I would say this one's better than that for sure.
Straight up.
Now you've never, not to jump shows. Have you ever seen Prison Break?
No.
That's a phenomenal show. At least the first season's very strong. It's one of those shows where I think most people, even if they don't like where it proceeds, it has one of the best first seasons.
I think that's one of the best first seasons of like any TV I've seen, period.
And they're not paralleling that a whole lot, but it's just the scenario is giving me like the potential vibes of sometimes, and I won't spoil it because that is a fun show and I would recommend going seeing it and recommend you guys to go see it.
Yeah.
I'll continue my point in a second. Battery's about to die. Be right back. Prison Break. Think of that. I was just talking about Prison Break real quick. I was just saying that like there's a lot of foundational things in that show that sets up for very exciting plot points, and also just the idea of breaking out is one of my favorite things in general. I love the puzzle solving of how you're gonna do this, or like him on that little break period, even if it's like 30 seconds of pooping, you're gonna solve because you're here for multiple days, and slowly over time, the whole like spoon thing, that plastic spoon, metal spoon.
Well, and that's the thing too, like
yeah,
like the prison. One thing I like about Prison Break without spoiling it is that it makes little things, because of the situation you're in, being in a prison, little things matter. Like getting the work that it takes just to make one incision on that bar in the bathroom. You know, granted, if the whole show was about just the prison part, they could do a really good job of like making all these things big. But because there's like 5 other plot points happening, you don't get to like really be like, damn, this is a big deal. Yeah. But like, you know, that show specifically did a good job making the little things matter, and this show does it as well to an extent with some of the things. It's like this is really important. Like you just have to. If we get this one little victory, it changes the whole aspect of what's going on.
And it's almost like it's kind of like the same thing that people go to see heist movies for, because it's pretty much like a heist, except instead of earning a reward, it's earning your freedom. You have to have certain people with certain talents in certain positions, and you gotta hope that the plan carries through. It's pretty much honestly all it really comes down to is setting up two things and the enjoyment of seeing them collide. Mm-hmm. Will they be able to handle the task at hand? And yeah, I think it's exciting. And also with the whole threat of are people in a time crunch, the ISB are on a time crunch to make sure they don't lose track of the info and having to continue to follow this trail before it gets too long. There's our people trying to, cover their asses and the time clock against making sure they have the best time to strike the Empire, and then our people in prison with the threat of people literally being capped because of
because of no reason at all, really.
In their,
just
their
being
lineup.
there.
Yeah.
And with the prison itself, we got, Cassian trying to, in his own way, like, figure out with some of the people that he's colluding with on their floor to break out.
Yeah.
Cassian is aware that, like, kind of like he said in the first 3 episodes, like, the Empire is so, like, up their own ass, they can't even think that we would be able to do anything. So, like, they're not listening. Like, that's why they don't even have guards down here. Like, they don't care what we do down here.
Yeah.
It's just as long as we make the, the items at the right times, and we're not, and whoever, as long as we're not the ones getting buzzed, like, we're good.
Yeah.
And even that was cool. I like the idea of the whole title, Nobody's Listening. The fear that Empire is so good at is so prevalent that it scares the people into falling in line when there's no one really over top them. It's just the fact that it could be.
That's true authority.
Yeah, it's literally absolute authority, and it's worked because the Andy Serkis character, whatever his name is, has basically, unbeknownst to him, enforcing it.
Fallen for it, yeah.
Out of fear that somebody's going to enforce it on him, but no one is there to enforce it because they trust that he's going to do it because the Empire is just that good that they don't need to worry about the tiny things anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But he's in the process of trying to keep the old man like alive. Like he's even switched his positions on the board to do extra work to help him out. Then you have him filing away and talking with that other inmate that isn't a part of his table.
Yeah.
Discussing like in what situation would they be able to get the upper hand on a guard. Where they're touching, like, the pole doesn't, get electrocuted, so, like, that's fine.
Well, they also pointed out one of those guards wasn't wearing boots.
Yeah, so, like, they seem to be okay on that platform. And then we got the end of the day, and they went into their waiting room before they check out. What? What's wrong?
I just realized why the power went out in that one scene.
It's because
they fried
everyone. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, they probably they probably fried them in that tunnel. In the tunnel they hang out in.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what's crazy too about that is that there's so many levels because when Andy Serkis is like, how long does it take for one hand to get across one word, or the hands to get across one word across all these levels? Like, A, the game of telephone could be fucking up what's being said, and B, it's like you're caring about something that's happening like across the planet and in their world of a planet. You know what I mean? And because initially when they were doing it, I was like, oh, is he just talking to someone he knows over there? No, like this is like a network of the prison communicating with like this guy down here says that they shit themselves and they're not getting food. You know what I mean? And, like, that's what's going on this floor.
Yeah.
And, then the next day, the old man...
I'm sorry, I have to make this joke.
You're good.
Just imagine somebody from the distance goes, floor 2.
Oh my god. Yeah, they could. They could, oh!
Sorry.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Sorry.
But yeah, the next day they worked. The old man was ill.
That sucks.
And it seemed too like he was like doing bad, but then also like it seemed almost like the triggering of hearing the other table that lost that had to go to the box they called it where they got electrocuted.
Stressed him.
Yeah, might have stressed him out and like send him into the stroke. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if that's how it works, but it seemed like that added to it.
That's just because you said doctor, that's so crazy. They don't even have actual doctors.
Well,
They're using prisoners.
Yeah, why should they put themselves? Because putting yourself near the prisoners that could jump you or do something.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so they called for a doctor while everyone else went and waited, and Andy Serkis and Cassian were present to find out that basically someone from floor 4 was supposed to be let go for the day. Like they finished their last shift, they're supposed to be freed. And then they just got sent to floor 2.
Yeah, and then they fried.
And then everyone started to freak the fuck out because that means people aren't getting out of this prison. Why are we even doing this? And they just killed them all.
This show, it's a crime that people aren't watching this show.
Yeah, it is.
If you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, it's not even worth sharing it to the camera because the people that are watching this the people that are watching this already know about the show.
Right.
And they're probably complaining that the episodes aren't out yet. But like,
thank you for the support.
Thank you for the support, but go tell people about this. The show should be viewed by more people.
Yeah.
I think
it really
one of you,
should.
I think one of you sent a TikTok that was like, this show is doing worse than Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, right?
Really?
Or was that on Discord?
It might have been on Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
the numbers are worse than those.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, of course, that's what I'm talking about. Because Boba Fett is one of the biggest names in Star Wars.
Yes, we've talked about
and that's
that.
why it's frustrating. Because that show is not good.
Yeah.
Andor, no one really cares about Andor. It's a good show.
Yeah. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I actually really like Cassian more from this than just the movie.
Yeah.
So like, see, it to me it's like, oh man, it just kind of adds him as a character of like someone that maybe I didn't necessarily put as much thought into of like, oh, I really like this Star Wars character.
Yeah, Andor wasn't my favorite in the movie, but if I rewatch it, we'll see how he falls.
But I'm saying like not just in that movie. I mean in Star Wars. Now I feel like oh, I have more of a relationship with him in this.
Well, most likely we would have been spending more hours with this guy than most characters in the Star Wars universe, just on a practical scale.
But yeah, so now Andy Serkis's character is on board. He finally told him how many guards at any given time are there.
No less than
no more than
12.
So
that was a great way to end the episode.
Yeah,
that was a good
cliffhanger.
Yeah,
and that's what TV used to do all the time, and just I loved when TV did that. I like cliffhangers. I like when they're really good too, and they're like, the ones that make the ones that you end up staying until like 4 a.m. watching because you just don't want to stop.
Yeah,
that's when it's good.
Yeah,
but
Rip Bix. I mean, she's not dead, but
oh yeah, we didn't really talk about her much.
She got fucked up.
Sound torture,
basically, yeah.
Of animals getting murdered.
No, it was children.
They were like sentient creatures, but specifically
child versions.
Yeah.
Children. But they also said that the Imperial soldiers that heard the noise like went into
what she went through. 3 of them. Then when
but she also spilled the beans, unfortunately, on Cassian, which I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, you can't blame her.
No, I would. That's why I was like, just snitch on him. He's not doing anything for you.
Yeah, caused you nothing but trouble.
Yeah. The only problem is she just still wants to keep a cap on all the other people she trades with, because that's. I would be like, it's not a problem, but the Empire's so anal attentive that they're going to look into every single possibility of rebellion to crush it, as tiny as it might be. Because that's how it builds to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all, if you made it to this point, thank you for support. Tell more people about this show. We think it's great. If you think it's great too, get the word out. Tell your fellow Star Wars fans that are sleeping on this that it is worth the watch. Thank you once again for coming out to the channel, and we will see you when these videos drop. Love ya. Bah!
As Josh Peck said...
I just screamed into your mic. I'm so sorry, guys.
As Josh Peck said, tell your friends.
Tell your friends, y'all.